cold and wet, so I'm going to make this one quick, but it's going to be an aerial tutorial for you all. For those that don't know, an aerial is basically a no-handed cartwheel, and there's two ways to do it. A tricker way, which I prefer and is easier, which is like this. My trousers might rip, but... And then there's a gymnast way, where you run into it and it all stays nice and straight, so I'll just show you that way. I'd recommend learning the tricker way first because it's easier, and it's actually the first proper trick I learned. To progress into it, all you're going to do is learn a cartwheel first of all, and try and get this nice and fast. And when you do this, you want to focus on the back leg and getting it straight up, heel towards the ceiling. Don't go on the side. When you go up, it's almost like you're going up into a handstand. That's the motion you're going to go into when you do a cartwheel, not a side to side. If you try to move your legs like this, side to side, this will happen. And you'll land to the front. It's really hard to aerial like that. Next stage, one arm cartwheel. Same thing, coming down. I like to do a little wind up to get a bit more momentum. First hand going down. And then the final progression is last hand going down. So, last hand. Now, when you want to start learning aerial, what you're going to do is put that last hand down later and later and later until you don't need it. So here's an example where I'm putting it down really late. So I didn't really need it then. And when you get to that stage, you'll be able to do it fine. One problem when learning it this way with the cartwheel is when you do the aerial, you'll tend to push your arms down towards the ground. When you actually do the aerial, you want to come here and then start pulling your chest up with your leg to get the height. Otherwise your head is going to go down towards the floor. Now a few more detailed points on the technique. When you come up into this almost handstand motion but fast, your shoulders are going to actually turn this way. When you turn your shoulders this way, don't try to turn your leg that way as well. Try to keep your leg kicking up straight. Another really good tip for people that can already aerial, that's a more advanced tip, is when you come in, put this arm on the inside of your leg rather than the outside, and that will stop your shoulders twisting the wrong way. You want to come down and open your shoulders up this way, almost like a round off rather than a cartwheel. When you get round to the second half, here, what you're going to do, say I'm in the air and my hands weren't on the floor, what I would do is kick this leg down to the floor hard to catch the floor. So if you're flexible, it's going to be easier. You only need to get upside down, then you can just put your leg under you to land. So if you watch an aerial, it's really hard in these trousers and weather, but I pull the front leg under. That's pretty much it. This is a really safe trick to learn. You can just do the progressions with your hands and they'll be there for safety, so there's not really any risk of bailing or injuring yourself. The key to this move is that leg drive. It's the biggest key. And don't forget to use your arms. You need to use everything available to you. So as you come around, this arm's going to pull up either on the inside or outside. Outside is easier. And this arm is going to also pull up and in, and you're going to get everything pulling in. Try to keep your eyes on a spot on the floor. So when you can practice this in the cartwheel, so I'm just going to look at a spot there. And same on the aerial. I'm just going to look at the spot. If you want to learn a gymnast aerial, it's exactly the same technique, but when you run, you're going to step this foot in front of you at an angle. That's going to help with your height. If you don't know why, watch my front flip tutorial. And exactly the same thing. It's going to make it much more straight and vertical. The side-to-side trick aerial is a bit more like a vertical B kick, but it's way better for combos. So, as you can imagine, running into a gymnast aerial, there's not many tricks you can do into it or out of it other than tumbling like a backflip thing. Whereas if you're doing a normal aerial, there's tons of tricks you can do into it, out of it, whatever. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully this helps. I know it was a quick one, so when the weather's better in summer, I'll probably make this tutorial with a bit more detail. And that's it, so good luck.